Hi, this is Alyssa Harrelson, and I'm going to tell you about my laryngeal model. Here it is. First, I'm just going to go over all of the things included. The cartilages. This is the hyoid bone. This is the thyroid cartilage, the cricoid cartilage, and this is the trachea down here. And then here are the arytenoids and the corniculate cartilages on top of the arytenoids, and this is the epiglottis. And the intrinsic muscles, the transverse and oblique, this is transverse, and the purple is oblique inner arytenoids, and the green is the lateral cricoarytenoid, and then the green yarn is the posterior cricoarytenoid. And then the thyroarytenoid muscles are down here. I've separated them with a line. The vocalis and the thyroarytenoidus. And the vocalis is in the middle, and the thyroidarytenoidus is on the outside. And then the cricothyroid is represented by this ribbon, the gold ribbon in between. And then I have the thyrohyoid membrane right here, and the cricothyroid membrane is behind that muscle. And then there's the first tracheal ring right here, and the cricotracheal membrane right here. The cricothyroid joints are represented by these staples, and the cricoarytenoid joints are down right here by the tape. And then the aryepiglottic folds are represented by these band-aids over on the side that I used. The superior and recurrent laryngeal nerves are represented by the twisty ties. And then this would be the superior, and this would be the recurrent. And as far as respiration goes, respiration occurs when the diaphragm contracts and the rib cage is expanded by the pluricity of the rib cage, and the lungs fill with air, which causes the pressure in the lungs to increase. And then whenever the diaphragm relaxes, the rib cage will come back together and force the air out, and that causes the Bernoulli principle to come into effect whenever the pressure change all of a sudden drops in that tube and blows the vocal folds apart. And then the myoelastic aerodynamic theory comes into play after that to keep pulling the vocal folds together. For the conditions for phonation, the vocal folds have to abduct, and then subglottal pressure has to build up 3 to 5 centimeters of water underneath the vocal folds. And then once that closure is opened, the Bernoulli principle comes into effect, and it causes the vocal folds to open and then come back together, and then the elasticity of the vocal folds causes the myoelastic aerodynamic theory to come into play to where they continue to vibrate over and over. And the function of the intrinsic muscles. The inner arytenoid muscles, the transverse and oblique, they are adductors. They pull the arytenoids together, which causes vocal fold closure. And then the lateral cricoarytenoid, it also pulls them together, helps them come together more at midline, and the posterior cricoarytenoid helps to pull it down, which is also an adductor. And the thyroarytenoid muscles, which are the vocal folds, they allow for the vibration that causes phonation. And then the cricoid thyroid muscle right here it will control your pitch. So when it pulls the thyroid cartilage towards the cricoid cartilage and vice versa, that drastically changes the pitch in your voice. Let's see, the cartilages. The arytenoids, adduct and abduct, which mean open and close, to cause vibration for phonation. And then the cricoid and thyroid cartilages, as I said before, are important to pitch. So when they tilt closer together or get farther away from each other, your pitch changes. And for the nerve supply, the vagus nerve has a superior and recurrent branches. And the superior branch has an internal and external nerve. And the external innervates the cricothyroid muscle. And then the internal branch of that nerve innervates all of the other intrinsic muscles. And then the myoelastic aerodynamic theory of phonation. The two components of it are the aerodynamics and the myoelasticity. And the elasticity of the vocal folds and the air pressure drop because of the Bernoulli principle causes the vocal folds to open and close repeatedly, allowing for phonation to produce voice for speaking. And the mucosal wave happens as the myoelastic aerodynamic theory comes into play, and that is just what the vocal folds look like as they are coming together and apart. It looks like a wave. So it is vibration, but the vibration comes off as a wave. And that is my laryngeal project. Thank you.